This is a presentation of Fox Sports, home to Major League Baseball, the National Football League, and NASCAR.
It's the biggest day of a driver's life, but Larry McReynolds, you have 2 of those championship rings as crew chief with Davey Allison and Dale Earnhardt. What did winning this race mean to you?
Well, Mike, it's something I thought about when I was a little boy, coming here sitting in the grandstands. It's something that I thought about working on those short track cars around Birmingham. The first 11 years I came here as a crew chief, and you would be pumped up to win it, and then you'd leave here and saying, you know what, we'll get them next year. And finally in 1992, won that Daytona 500 with Davey Allison. You feel like your career is complete, and to come back for a second time in 1998 and win it with Dale Earnhardt, and I put this ring on, and it's one, other than my wedding ring, it's one of my most prized possessions, because winning the Daytona 500 twice is 2 of the most special moments in my career and in my life.
Nobody else might kiss this ring, but I sure do.
It's the biggest single day of any stock car racer's career, the Daytona 500. Darrell, months of planning, massaging, and preparation, it all comes down to this. We're ready to go.
DW, I've been waiting for several months, several weeks. Reach up there, pull them belts tight one more time. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys.
Welcome to the 2005 season. My name's Adam. Thanks for checking it out. I know I said at the end of the 92 season that we would be running the 2000 season on New Year's Day, but stuff happens, things change, and here we are. Hopefully this is going up the Monday after the Daytona 500 2022. And the upload schedule should take us through May. Pretty sure. We'll go over the schedule this season. We're running 30 races off the top of my head, or I'll talk about it in a minute. I just remembered, I'm shaking off the rust a little bit here, because between recording seasons, I really don't touch the game. So it really keeps it fresh whenever I get back in. I'm not just learning all these tracks by heart. So yeah, shaking off a little bit of the rust. I just remembered that we didn't check where our pit stall is. I let up there. I thought somebody was letting up. So we have to tiptoe down pit road for the first time, and I didn't check the speed limit, but we should be okay. When putting together this field, I noticed how many heavyweights there are. Tony Stewart won the championship in 2005, but Greg Biffle was there. Mark Martin was good. A couple other guys. And Jeff Gordon was glaring. I mean, he had 5 DNFs. And you can't really factor in DNFs into your rating. So, I mean, he's as good as anybody in this field for this season. I ran a mock season. Mark Martin won the season, and it was a close battle using the Winston Cup points. Meanwhile, we're going to be using the point system I devised for the 97 season, and then I tweaked for the 92 season, and we're using the 92 season point system. I'll throw it up on the screen here if I remember. But it's, you know, it's just 1 point differential between each spot. Point for leading the lap. We'll do the playoffs, and probably the same thing we did in the 92 season with 10 drivers. Win doesn't guarantee that you're in the playoffs, so on and so forth. Hopefully we actually win the championship this year. Heartbreak at Atlanta at the end of 92. Oh, Bobby Labonte's underneath us. All right. That's Ricky Rudd, and he has Ricky Rudd in tow. No problem. I'm pretty comfortable on the outside. These restrictor plates are a crapshoot. Probably should have tucked in behind Carl Edwards here, but we didn't. Especially 3 wide through a tight tri-oval at Daytona. Not good. But yeah, the dice roll nature of restrictor plate tracks on NR2003. Who knows? I mean, we had Jim Sauter. Didn't Jim Sauter win the Daytona 500 in our 92 season? And then Richard Petty won at Daytona. So anything goes. We're running our adjusted fuel runs again, which I think is great. I mean, we're not just driving Miss Daisy around the track for the last half of a pit window, and we're having fast racing. That's what I want. In my notes, the pit window here is about 26 to 28 laps. So we'll cross that. We're 4 wide. Are we? No, maybe. Yeah, we were. Oh, boy. All right, radio silence here for a minute. All right, hopefully we have, no. I was going to say we had room to get behind Jeff Burton, but we didn't. All right, I'm tired of this. I'm not having fun anymore. Here we go. Come on, Riggs, go. All right. No problem. I'm comfortable. But yeah, I mentioned 30 we're doing 30 races this season. I'll throw up the schedule. When we're talking about the schedule, I want to mention that, I mean, you see Winston Cup signage around this track. I did not want to download all new tracks with Nextel Cup signage, and have to, you know, tune in the AI at all those, find out the little trouble spots at each track and everything. When we have a really good base here of tracks that are fun, that we have good racing at. And in my notes, when I was putting together everything for the season, I had written down track signage ? Because I can always go in and change the signage at these tracks. but it is a chore. If I was going for an award, or this was a job part of a job application or something, then yeah, I'd do it. But so you're gonna have to deal with Winston Cup signage at tracks. But at the same time, we have a bunch of new tracks this season that we haven't run yet. We ran California in '97, but we're running a new California for this season. We needed a Las Vegas. We needed a Chicagoland. We needed a new Miami, or just a Miami, and then I decided to get a new one, other than the one that came with the game. We're not running Kansas. Kansas was part of the schedule, but we're not running it. And it's really proof of what kind of hurt NASCAR, were all the cookie cutter tracks. Because I was putting together the season and I realized all these tracks I had to dial in, and they were all the same: Las Vegas, Chicagoland, Kansas. I had to think about Kentucky down the road. Just brutal. We ran Texas in '97, but we're running a new Texas this season, and a new Atlanta, a D-shaped Atlanta. We had fun with that old school Atlanta. But we'll keep that in our back pocket. And we'll see. We might actually run that at the end of the season, the old school Atlanta, because there's 2 Atlanta races in our schedule, I think. I've been flipping things around here. And it's back-to-back with Texas at the end of the season. That's 2 straight, same exact, D-shaped, Charlotte-esque tracks. And I didn't want to do that back-to-back. Only one Darlington race. We moved that to the end of the season. We're running the Brickyard, or we might not. I don't know. I mean, this might still be... What I showed you on the screen is what we're doing. I'm just trying to think in my head on what I've changed. But that's it. Oh, by the way, we're running as Willy Wonka this season. I'm guessing you've picked up on that. And you can guess what our pit crew looks like.
Stewardess Skylar is an extremely beautiful woman. And you're...
Stacked after that 70 show at 8:30, 7:30 Central, Fox Wednesday.
Like a tightly wound watch, the field uncoils and the laps tick away as you watch from our Quaker State aerial coverage.
All right, made a little move there for the lead. We flapped 22. We skipped, I don't know, 7 or 8 laps there. We had the lead for a couple laps. We have pit stops coming up, lap 26, 27, 28-ish. Speaking of which, we'll do that. With the Fox broadcast, they have that running order scrolling on the top of the screen. I have that bug up there now. It looks kind of dumb without the running order, but I what do you want me to do? I mean, I can't just sit here and change it every lap. And every time there's a change in position somewhere. It's just, that's borderline insanity doing that. But I'll do it once, not this race, because again, there's so many weird, everybody's everything changes every lap. It doesn't really matter. But probably the next Fox broadcast we do, I'll do it once just because I put it together and I tried to see how easy or hard it would be. And I won't get into the particulars, but other than, you know, having to learn a whole new editing program and whatnot, I'll just jerry-rig it together once to show that it can be done. So that's it. Alright. Let's keep our eyes open for pit stops. Field's still tight. Not as tight as they were, but field's all tight together. Got to keep an eye out in our rear view for weird movements by the AI, which means someone in front of them is pitting. So if someone behind us makes weird moves, that means Mark Martin's pitting. Or they're all pitting and I'm screwed. Nothing yet. We're probably going to see the dam break this lap though. This is part of the fuel, the adjusted fuel stuff I run. Gives us 2 pit stops in these short races. We're doing like 35-40% races this season. I fell in love with that in our 92 season. Gives us a nice dose of racing without it being too wild and too long. Can't let Bliss get under us. I know we just cut him off there, but whoa, Mark. Didn't see anybody dive down there, but we'll keep an eye on the intervals, the real-time intervals I have pulled up right now. Will give us an idea on who's pitting. Nobody yet. You know what? Maybe I changed that for the night race, but not this one. Yeah, we should have definitely seen some pitters by now. Oh well. Might just be a 1 pit stop race. Oh, we have random cautions on too, by the way. 1 random caution a race. But if there was one track that that it's not a big deal that I forgot about the fuel windows, it's Daytona. Because I mean, we're all pretty just running. We're all running the same speed here, and there's no tire wear at the end of the run slowing us down and everything. So we're fine. Can't believe I forgot to do that. That being said, I think mid-30s is the pit stop here. Maybe we can get to lap 40. I don't know. But see, mid-30s would suck. That would put us in a bad spot with some guys having to pit at the end of the race. But we do have a random caution. Cautions are on, by the way. We haven't had anything yet. But yeah. Man, field is so tight still. Yeah, it might just be a one pit stop race. I'm trying to, without wrecking, I'm trying to see where our pit stall is on pit road. When we were doing that pace lap, I made a mental note on who was behind me. Ricky Rudd, Schrader, Riggs. So whenever we start seeing any of those pit stalls, we know ours is coming up. So it gives us a couple more indicators other than just our pit box, you know. I can't get a look. We have a brown pit box to match our car. We're gonna keep these live intervals up just so we can get an idea on if somebody in the back's pitting. Yeah, there's Jamie McMurray. Had the pole. He's back in 39th. Yeah, 40. We only have 40 drivers. I know 43 was pretty much the standard for years and years, but 40 is much easier for me, editing and putting together points and everything and showing the points. 4 blocks of 10 drivers is great, and then you have to add 3 more and it's a whole other thing. I really don't think it's a big deal. We got all our big names in the field, and then those other 3 drivers would be just turds, you know. So doesn't really make much sense. That's the same thing that happened with Mark Martin. No pit stops yet, but they gotta be coming. We might end up leading the most laps here. There we go. So hopefully no one pits here, because that would mean we're not going to have some weird windows at the end of the race. Because we're halfway through here, we're going to have a caution, random caution somewhere. Yeah, nobody slowed down through the tri-oval there, so we're good. We're halfway home through this thing. They're 3 wide behind us, all the way down. Wow. I think those back guys were 1.8. Now they're 1.1 back. So something happened. Well, it's me leading the pack here, a little bit slower than those guys. They sponged everybody up. Carl Edwards is not going to try to pit. I'm just going to will that into the universe here. All right, there's pit stops. to go in this time. And I'm terrified. I hear you. I hear you, Jack. I haven't touched the brakes all race. I've got to remember where the brake pedal's at. All right, I found it. We'll just stay out of their way. We gotta let somebody go here. Is that me? No, that's not me. Oh no. Where are we at? Right there. Perfect. Oh boy. There's the Oompa Loompas.
Go, go, go! Keep it under 55. Keep it under 4,000 in seconds.
Didn't have to worry about me speeding on pit road because I went about like 30 miles an hour trying to find our stall.
The leader's pitting now. Okay, merge when you can. The yellow flag is out. Let's
Oh,
go. Race
what?
back to the line. We got trouble in turn 1.
Trouble in turn 1. Are we a lap down?
There's an accident in turn 1.
If Ricky Red's the leader, I'm going to vomit.
There's an accident in turn 1. The leader's pitting now.
Alright, we got cars bunching up in turn 1. Let's be careful.
Pit road is closed. Okay, we're under caution. Stay behind the 21 car.
I'm guessing we have cars. Look out.
Stay behind the 21 car.
I'm guessing we had cars bunching up in turn 1.
The 43 car.
Oh boy. Oh boy, I just saw that wreck. Wow. Looked like Jeff Green and Jeremy Mayfield got into Tony Stewart, flipped him around. Jimmy Johnson was coming around, took him out. Kevin Harvick came in and got DNF there at the end. I think that was Kyle Busch that flew into Jeff Burton. And then Mark Martin got pinballed a little bit. We'll see if that hurts him. But I don't know how Kyle Busch is still in the race. It's showing, and Kevin Harvick as well. Kevin Harvick took like a head-on shot. Oh, he's retired. And I'm just waiting for Kyle Busch to, okay, Jeff Burton, accident, and Kyle Busch will probably pop up there. There it is. And Jamie McMurray's out. So those guys are all out. So we might not have too many, slow cars going around the track. I think Mark Martin's going to be slowed up some. Casey Kane pitted, so he probably took on some damage there. It's going to be tough trying to remember Mayfield and Kane all season long. Although I think Mayfield has the green numbers. I don't know. All right, getting ready to go green. We'll keep an eye. We got what? We're going to have 27 laps to go at the line. We'll keep an eye on the back of the pack and see if anybody drops off. And random caution did not fly during our caution laps here, so we're probably going to have another caution. I can't let you go. We don't get our jumps. What stinks on these single file restarts is the possibility of losing them. Because when it's double file, they're going a little bit slower, like on the initial start of the race. And it gives us time to catch up to them. I'm just trying to get into slipstream mode here. Jeff Green has to stop. Back there. We'll take a peek at the standings here at crossing the line. Did everything switch already? I would think so. So it doesn't seem like we're going to be losing anybody off the pack. Then again, that could change. It might be us. Okay, now they're... Okay. Running side by side like that helps us out enormously. Like I was saying, gives us time to catch up. All right, there you go. Mark Martin dropped off for sure. Oh, there's a bunch of guys that dropped off. Okay. Just something to remember. Now we're back in the thick of it here. That is Mayfield with all the green highlights on him. So hopefully we remember that all season. I'll definitely misidentify them throughout the season. Bobby Hamilton. Almost call him Scott Hamilton. I've been watching the Winter Olympics. Bobby Hamilton Jr. there. Man, that stuff that took out Tony Stewart and Jimmy John. It's big for us. I mean, we're already thinking about the championship. That's one DNF for them. And Mark Martin's having a time. Kevin Harvick's out. It's a good little start for us to the season. Especially Stewart and Martin. Because I ran that mock season. And Mark Martin won. Tony Stewart was up there. Greg Biffle was up there. Biffle was another one that was really good in 2005. Oh, and Dale Earnhardt Jr., who I didn't give him the Earnhardt special here and soup up his ratings. I mean, he's running like he will in 2005. But he had 2 wins in our mock season. Back to back. I think it was, I forget. But it was back to back wins. I can't remember now. Might have been Chicago and something else. The random caution may have fell when I was looking at the replay of that wreck, though. So we may not get the random caution yet, so let's not bank on it. For those unfamiliar, there's a program that basically tricks the game into thinking you pressed like a multiplayer button that said bring out the caution. Like if you were the captain or the leader of an online race, you can bring out a caution. There's a program that tricks the game into thinking it's a multiplayer race or whatever and lets you bring out your own caution. But I never just reach up and press the button. The program randomizes it. And it just runs on a hard clock. So you just say, hey, 45 or X amount of minutes from now, the yellow will simulate the yellow flag coming out. And it's not counting in the game. So if I take a 10-minute break to, go to the bathroom or whatever, and the yellow was supposed to fly during those 10 minutes, we just won't get it. The game has to be running, and we have to be racing at the time the caution comes out for it to come out. You know what I'm saying. $20 laps to go. laps to go. See if we can try to get back into the lead here. We made our way up to second place here behind Jeff Gordon, and this is going to be a tall mountain to climb. It's going to be like climbing Mount Everest naked, really. It's not. It's just going to be tough trying to get around him. I don't think I mentioned too. Well, I did at the time, and it probably doesn't even warrant mentioning. But that was probably the worst pit stop, pit road entry, everything I've ever seen in my life. What we did. I mean, here we are in second. We're going to be going for the win. So whatever. But I mean, I think we got to change our pit road sign to something more noticeable. It's brown and tragic. I think we went into Mike. I don't even know that other. I was looking for a dark colored pit stall or war wagon, you know. And that first one we went to wasn't it. And I should have known better, but I was stressed out. My heart rate went up when we lost 10 positions going in, and then I had to make sure we didn't die. And Jeff Green's been around us all race. Pretty sure he's the one that brought out that caution, getting into Kane or Mayfield, who got into Stewart. I think it was Kane. All right, here comes Mark Martin. He's one of the stragglers. There. Okay, we're under caution. So, how many laps were left? How many laps were left whenever we went back green? There had to have been 30. And it took us, around 30. So it took us around 15 laps to catch up to Mark Martin here. So I don't know. We'll see if he plays a part in the end of the race here. All right, time to strap in. We're going to have 12 to go at the line here. And we're probably not going to be able to catch Mark Martin. In time to, because if anything, he'll help us. He would help us get around Jeff Gordon there at the end of the race. It's not going to happen. I'm squeezing off Kyle Petty here because that's our only defense on these garbage restarts. Still haven't figured out why we don't get that jump. But this army of 34 cars or whatever it is now, we are going to catch Jeff Gordon. I'm not worried about it. And, we're laying back to the point where we're probably going to pass him. But it's Jeff Gordon, so probably not. I need Jeff Green to hang out with me down here. Yeah, we gave Jeff Gordon the hint that we were getting underneath him. And there we go. But as is par for the course at our restrictor plates, we just don't have the ass to get up to, go toe-to-toe with them like this. They routinely beat us on the outside. And I guess it just goes into the, wild card nature of the restrictor plate tracks. I mean, it would be boring if we just led the whole race, I don't know. But we're fine. It just depends on where we're at the end of the race. That's pretty much it. Some interesting names up here for sure. Meanwhile, Jeff Green somehow is going for the lead on Jeff Gordon. I did not see that coming. Yo, what is that move? All these races on NR2003 at Daytona, I've never seen that move. Glad I was paying attention. Alright, we ran around the block a couple times and we're still in the same exact spot we were. It's just Jeff Gordon's too good. If we go up here, Mike Wallace is going to pass us, so we can't even get into Jeff Gordon's wake. We have to just strategically figure out how to do this. It's going to be something like that. It's going to be the car behind us makes a move, and then we can slip up top and not lose ground. But it's just tough. I mean, it can be argued that even this is not our best position. Best position might be 7th place with 2 or 3 laps to go, and then charging to the front, which is what? Guess what? That's what we're doing. We've been down this road many times before. Let's change it up. And then it's not wreck going 3 wide. That's all. No problem. Yeah, you can see how easily the line gets around Gordon and everything. I don't know. Still having a lot of fun. I do want to get to the bottom here, though. Stupid. You want to talk about a stupid man? You're listening to him right now. No reason to do this. What? Ow! He slowed up. They slowed up there. They slowed up at the worst time. Are they going to come back up the track? Go. I thought we were there. Unbelievable. But I should know better. I should know better. I should know that they slow down going into one just a little bit sometimes whenever they're bunched up. And that hurt us. I don't even, is the car hurt right now too? Where's the, yeah, repair, yes. So we're banged up too. Well, fiddlesticks. Here comes our nemesis Jeff Green, who was in the grass Because after everything, we got into, I think, Bobby Hamilton Jr. or something on the back stretch and sent some cars down into the grass. All right.
Car inside. Keep high.
It's really deflating.
Stay high. Still
Oh,
there.
no, I guess. All right.
Still there.
But yeah, we're banged up and we're going to be losing some spots here. There's probably a good battle for the lead up there.
Stay low. Clear. Car outside.
I wouldn't know.
Clear.
Looks like Junior's in the lead up there. It's anybody's race. And that was Mayfield we got into, right? Mayfield retired. So we took out
Just 2 to go.
we took out some names. Well, not really name. Well, Beffel. I think Beffel was part of that. I remember seeing the back of his car banged up. Earnhardt Jr. in the lead still. How funny would that be if Mark Martin ends up passing us when we were jobbing him earlier about not being fast? We should block him.
Inside. Stay high. White flag. One more
Here we
lap
go.
to go. Clear inside.
All right, looks like Jeff Gordon led at the stripe on the white flag. And Boris Said is in second. Come on, Boris Said. I want Boris. That's a good Boris Said a win. Earnhardt was in 7th at the line. I'm not telling you anything you don't know because you've seen this already. And Gordon won. Said dropped back to 6th. Earnhardt 11th. We're going to limp in 28th position. We could have won. It was a long shot. And it was going to be a battle. But we may have had a
There's the
chance.
flag. It's over. Okay, that's it. We'll get them next time.
Oh boy. Well, welcome back to NR2003. Jeff Gordon got the win there. Boris Said got a top 10. That might be his only top 10 of the season. But yeah, big names getting good finishes there. Kenseth Edwards. Junior was leading late, finished 11th. And some weird names up here because a bunch of guys got taken out. Some by the AI, some by yours truly. We finished 28th. And at the back of the pack, Mark Martin hung on, stayed out for some points. And then we had Mayfield, Biffle, Hamilton, Harvick. Basically the bottom 10 drivers there other than Mark Martin out with accidents. I still haven't seen exactly what happened on the backstretch after we wrecked. Or what happened when we wrecked, I should say. Because I've been just full tilt since then. Was hoping for a caution there after the wreck, and we didn't get one. So it's unfortunate. But hell, good start to the season. Not really good, but you know what I mean. Just a fun. It's good to be back. We got 29 races to go. Thanks for watching.